Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Tom Atkins. Chet Fox, your Erie Facebook streaming live, covering severe weather this afternoon. As you can probably hear in the background, we have our weather radio on and multiple warnings have been issued. So let's talk about it. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch. Let me move the map for you. This is the yellow shaded county. So Erie, Warren, and Chautauqua are not included. But Crawford, as well as Mercer, Venango, and Forest are, and that's where the concentration of the severe weather has been. It looks like one of these severe storms down here has prompted a radar-indicated tornado warning for eastern Mercer into western Venango County. Other than that, it's basically been severe thunderstorm warning so far today. And really, the main problem with these storms has been flooding rains and some cloud-to-ground lightning. So there haven't been a lot of reports of damage so far, but there has been damage from flooding. We've talked to our storm tracker, Steve Marshall. He is on the case in the Conneaut Lake area. We'll show you that in a minute. And we've also talked to people from southwest Crawford County, where these warnings were issued, and I can kind of zoom in on that area and show you the area of most disturbed weather. Again, Erie County, Warren County not included in this severe thunderstorm watch. So you kind of look for these orange polygons, and you see a little warning over here at 12:48, a little over an hour ago, and then it's been extended to the east from Meadville over to Cochranton, and finally there's another placement of it, Cochranton to just west of Titusville. So this is the only severe warning in the Tri-County area. But like I just said, it looks like a radar-indicated tornado warning has just been issued by the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh for eastern Mercer County. Looks like the worst of the cell there is New Vernon, down to Stoneboro, and it looks like it's headed towards Polk in western Venango County. So if you are in eastern Mercer or western Venango, Franklin is not included, Oil City is not included, Cooperstown is not included, but you can see nasty cell there, and apparently they have seen enough rotation with that. I'm going to put the Pittsburgh radar on here to issue a radar indicated tornado warning. So Sandy Lake, Polk, and Sugar Creek are in the line of that, and there could be some very large hail with it as well. So if you're down in those areas, you want to take shelter and make sure you're in a safe place, obviously, basement or lowest level of the building. So there's a radar indicated tornado warning, and I'll bring it up for those of you who live in that area just to check on the latest details of it. We don't see a purple polygon, which would indicate that it is a confirmed on-the-ground tornado. So that has not been stated yet. But northeastern Mercer, west central Venango County, tornado warning till 2:15, so for about another 19 minutes. And the way they word this, for those of you guys viewing down there, is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 12 miles east of Greenville. There it is right there, or 15 miles west of Franklin, moving east at 25. So tornado potential, not confirmed. Just make sure in your safe place. You know the drill, common sense, and we'll keep you advised on that. But for the rest of the area, and it's mainly been Crawford County and portions of Venango and Mercer, there have been just severe thunderstorm warnings, and we haven't seen a lot of damage from wind or hail from any of these warnings. It's been mostly heavy rain. I'll tell you what we're talking about there. You're looking at the latest live radar. And again, the yellow shaded counties are the watch, and remember that means watch out. That includes Crawford, Ashtabula, as well as Mercer, Venango, and Forest. But you can also see that Erie County and Warren County is not included in it, nor is McKean County, nor is Chautauqua County. So these guys up here are not under the watch, and there haven't been any warnings for those areas. The warnings have been concentrated down here, basically from about Meadville south, Meadville, Titusville line, and south. So let me check in with you folks and get some of your comments or questions. Hello, Linda. Hello, Jess. Hello, Patty. Hello, Michelle, Adam Ripley, Lori Santos, Heather Garcia. Please, Heather. It's severe weather, and it's not, it's not worth profanity at this point. Okay, and it's not anything that's going to do any damage to your area immediately. Mainly just heavy rain. All right, Marianne, good to have you from Meadville. And Jim Russell, good to have you here from Waterford. Cindy from Meadville. Basically, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, and what we've been seeing, Philip, is heavy downpours, lightning, as well as small hail. We don't have any reports from these storms over southern Erie County of severe hail, which would be 1 inch in diameter or greater. So far so good. This warning that I don't think even includes the Titusville area, is going to be expiring in 2 minutes. So far so good. Severe weather moving out of the area. And as I said, Allison, Warren County is not under the watch and has no warnings. So, if you're down in Mercer, I'm not sure which section. Certainly, if you're in eastern Mercer County, you want to be in a safe place there. Let's see, Spartansburg. Again, Crawford County is under the watch. The watch is till 7, so there is the potential for more storms through 7 o'clock there. Hello, I guess GFS Savant is there. Okay, there's the couplet. We're going to show that in a minute. And as I said, Darlene, Erie County is not under a watch or any warnings. Thank you, Kelly from Florida, I guess. Scott, thank you from Titusville, just rain. And let's see what else we got going here. Hello, Gail from Grand Valley. You're welcome, Philip. I would say, you can see from the radar here, and I'll show it to you once again, Allison. Let me clear off all my doodling. Okay, you can see that there's areas of rain coming right through Warren County, and there's a break, and then there's some more up here. So if I put a little time lapse on here for you, you can see one's coming through, and then maybe you get clipped by this next one, in another hour or so. But behind it, not a lot going on, just waves of showers with embedded thunder, but no watches, no warnings for Warren County. I'm going to get back down to Mercer in just a sec. Same thing as we said, Carol, for Warren County. It applies to you if you're in Tidiu. All right. Thank you, Tammy from Woodcock. Yes, so far so good, but we're going to get into that. Yeah, rain will happen, and there will be thunder and lightning. And we have another warning that just kicked in. We're just going to look at that in more detail. But the severe thunderstorm warning for Crawford is over. All right, so we're going to pop down to eastern Mercer and western Venango County for that tornado warning. So you can see right here that there's a nasty line here, and there's this storm, and I'm going to put this into what we call storm relative velocity. And where the green meets the red, that's where you have the rotation indicated by the radar. So if you're down in this area, Stoneboro over to Polk, and I'll dive into some other counties as well, you do have a radar indicated tornado warning, all right, at least for now. So what this is seeing, and it's not a real tight rotation anymore. It seems to be weakening, but that doesn't mean let your guard down. It's raindrops, actually, yes, moving away from the radar, next to raindrops moving towards the radar. So in here is the circulation, and that is why they have issued this radar indicated tornado warning. And it is moving, they say, to the east, the cell, at a very quick rate. Okay, let me get some more information for you. Here's the traditional reflectivity view. And if I go back to the Doppler view, as I like to call it, you can see as it comes across here, it's very tight when it starts. All right, you can see the greens touching the reds, and this is why it's a radar indicated tornado warning. If this red box that you see here were to turn purple, then it would be confirmed as a tornado, but it's radar indicated. You can see it's still tight at 151, red and green touching each other. They issue the warning, and then you can see in the latest picture here that it has loosened up. So don't let your guard down, but certainly people in this area, and we're talking about, let me take the lightning off here so you can see things a little better. Mount Pleasant, Henderson Station, Kilgore, Pearl, this area right in here in eastern Mercer County and western Venango County under the gun. Jackson Center, Polk Road, Halls, Kitchen Road, Gadsby Road, Bradley Road, Slatertown Road. Those are the areas of concern. And we'll continue to watch that for you. But again, this tornado warning will be over with at 2:15. And right now it is only radar indicated, and I can tell you that the circulation has loosened up a little bit. What you may be seeing is just what the radar is seeing, may be seeing is just rotation in the clouds. We don't have confirmed on the ground, but obviously if you're in that area, you want to be in a safe place. So we'll clear things off. We'll go back and we'll give you the big picture here and put the traditional reflectivity on. And again, just to reiterate, Crawford, Mercer, Venango, Forest under the watch. No watch for Erie, Erie, Warren, Mercer, Chautauqua. All right. So you see these waves coming in here, so you're going to get more rain. But since this watch, for those of you who are in that, expires at 7 o'clock, that's pretty much the feeling that that's when the weather should be out of the area, be it if there are more severe storms down here or just gully washers with lightning and thunder up there. So we watch it mile by mile, street by street, and we see if any other warnings are issued. I don't know how many viewers we have right now from Mercer and Venango, but you can see the lion's share of the warnings. And the warnings are the polygons, these orange polygons, and this red one for the tornado warning are all down here close to I-80. And if I put a loop on this, they are moving basically to the east. So that is good news. It's been southern Crawford County that's been affected and all the counties south of there. So that's why Crawford is in the watch, but the warnings have been basically Meadville and south. So that gives you an idea of the geography with all of this. And I'm going to get you some pictures too. So let me just get back. Let me see. Thank you, Jeff. That's to be expected. Yeah, again, you're going to get downpours. You're going to get gully washers. That's not severe. That can cause some flooding. But warnings are issued for damaging wind and hail and tornadoes. So we haven't had a report of tornadoes on the ground. We have had one report out of Jamestown, PA of 3/4 inch hail. That's not severe. One tree limb down. So far, so good. You're welcome, Allison. Hello, Miranda Bailey from the Meadville Baileys. Lakeshore is not included in any watches or warnings, but you can certainly get some gully washers there. Haven't looked that far ahead, but nothing severe anticipated. Maybe on Saturday, a little bit of the remnants of what once was Debbie visit our area. Oh, this is great to hear from you after all these years, Pam. Thank you so much. Thank you, Krista. No problem. That's what we do. Thanks, Larry, for your report. KD, good to see you. Connor, Presque you're at the Downs. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, you definitely are going to get more rain there. Cranesville, how are you, Adam? Good to see you. Let us see. Yep, and you can see that, Christina, if you just look on the radar here. Just look at that enhancement from east of Union City through Corey and Columbus. It's just there. So rain, you're welcome, Cindy Lee B. You're welcome, KD. Well, you get some rest. No watches or warnings for Erie County. Yeah, Erie's quiet other than rain. It's not under a warning or a watch. Warren County is just rain right now, not under a warning or watch. And if you're in Chautauqua County, more the same. Some rain moves through, some gully washers, some lightning and thunder, but nothing severe. Okay, you're welcome, Alex. And hello, Leslie Becker. Good to see you there. So let's just check a couple of weather cameras for you here, just to keep you abreast of the latest. Right, I believe I got a load of show here. Sorry about that. Begging your pardon. We'll load the show, and then we'll look at some weather cameras. We'll look at some forecasts, see what it's going to be like for the rest of the afternoon. It's a good sign that things are kind of coagulating south of Meadville and more towards Interstate 80. If that trend continues, that bodes well for northwestern Pennsylvania. So let me get you to some. Now this is Meadville right now, and I'm going to get a hold of this weather camera if I can, and give you a little tour here. Okay, so you guys continue to roll in with your questions. I will continue to do various things here and get back to your questions. So first of all, for Meadville, which has had some heavy rains and was in that warning for a little bit, but I haven't heard of any damage in that area. You're looking on the west side right there, over by Meade Avenue and French Creek Parkway and the railroad tracks, excuse me. I'm going to swing it around to Chestnut Street. You can scan the skies as the radar moves. And what you're seeing here is the darker clouds with the bigger storms to the south. Okay, so that is good news for you guys in Meadville. And if this thing would move, you would be able to see that. So this computer has been slow. I apologize. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. There it goes. And you can see, and this is the thing that's developing right now. And you can see some lightning there too. The heaviest storms have been in southern Crawford County, south of Meadville, and even stronger ones south of that. So we'll go over to Conneaut Lake and take a look at that area. And again, slow computer. Wait for it. We are going to Conneaut Lake, I believe. Hang on. Thank you for your patience. It's always something here. It's, the weather gets bad and then you get a computer issue. So there's Conneaut Lake. And again, I'm going to tilt this camera a little bit. And then this is for you guys in Crawford County who are under the severe thunderstorm watch, but you are not under any warnings right now. So you're the closest county to having damage. Erie, I got to reiterate, and I will continue to do that, is not under any watch or any warning. Neither is Warren County, neither is Chautauqua County. So I'm going to swing this past the Barbara J here, and we're going to look to the southwest towards the town, just to get you guys a perspective, and I'll open it up to see the sky a little bit better. And you look for things like dark clouds, and right now, in this southwest view, it really doesn't look that ominous. So I'm moving it over. You'll see it. You'll see the camera go again, and I'm going to tilt it up. So what I'm trying to drive home here is that we've been looking to the south of Meadville, and we've been looking to the south, and we are looking to the south of Conneaut Lake, and really, at this point, nothing ominous in those live views. So we're going to just spring it back to a more traditional view pointing north, and then we'll deal with radar and what may happen for the rest of the afternoon, and I'm going to get back to your questions. Right now we're in a lull. Doesn't mean you can't get rain, thunder, and lightning, but right now most of the area is in a lull, save Mercer and Venango County. So that is it. And to, again, drive home the point, we'll go a little further north for those of you viewing from Erie County, just a murky shot, from the bayfront, a hazy, humid, murky, cloudy, very damp shot, looking into the bay. And now we'll check downtown, same kind of thing. No significant weather occurring at the moment. West County, for those of you who may be in the Girard Lake City area, again, not just looking mainly dry on Main Street, downtown Girard. Erie International Airport, Erie, Pennsylvania. Again, even some breaks in the clouds, so we'll have to watch that. Land lighthouse camera, probably looking at the North Pier Lighthouse, same kind of view. And for you guys over in Warren, and again, Erie County, Warren County, not in the watch, but you can get this stuff. I mean, you can get downpours, you can get lightning, you can get thunder, but you want to differentiate between thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms. And to be a severe thunderstorm, it has to produce one of three things: either hail 1 inch in diameter or greater, that's about the size of a golf ball or a quarter, damaging winds, and by that 58 miles per hour or greater, or a tornado. That's what would qualify a thunderstorm as severe. All right, so that's what's going on there. So going to go back to radar, take a look at things, and again, every warning is south of Crawford County right now. Apparently the tornado warning here is still in effect. We'll see if they take it off. They should be taking it off momentarily unless they extend it. If they take it off, there's some more good news for you. Let me get back to your comments. And again, we'll be with you for a while here just to look at, anything else that develops and to try to make some predictions down the line. So let me get back to you guys. Yes. Flooding has been a concern, and our storm tracker, Steve Marshall, has talked about roads being closed in southwest Crawford County. So, yes, Sue, well, when you have a week-long fair in August, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get some rain. You're welcome, Mindy from Russell. Thank you, Josh. We'll take a look at that. Patricia, give me a little bit more information on where Wheelock is, maybe in relation. Tell me what county it is, what part of the county in relation to maybe a larger city. Yeah, I mean, you can see that. You run a fair for 7 days in the middle of thunderstorm season, you're going to get rocky weather. I think Erie County is actually pretty good, Patty. Can't say, certainly you could still have some showers. We'll check all this out with models in just a second. Chestnut Street's where you live, so things are pretty good. All right, thanks, Josh, our overnight producer. Good to have him here. Hello, Suzanne from Ohio. Hello, Bill. So what I want to do, I'm going to check my email from Josh here and see if we got, anything else of note. And then we're going to take a look at the models and see where they move the rain and the storms over the next 5 hours, because we do have a severe thunderstorm watch, not for Erie, Warren, or Chautauqua, but for Crawford, Mercer, Venango, and Forest until 7 p.m. So let me just loop this radar for you. Hang on, and give you a wider view so you guys can see exactly what's happening while I put this. Remember the severe weather. Put the counties on. I'm going to put the Cleveland radar back on here so we get good. Here's another batch of stuff coming way back there. Now, most of this is moving to the east. So we watch for this next round, all right? And you can see that coming across also. We'll track it. We'll talk about distance. We'll see if there's any severe potential for that. But right now, you can find out where you are. And and I'll draw the line here, if you are basically south of this line, there have been no warnings for your area. And that's basically Meadville and just to the north of Meadville and then down south. And right now, there are no warnings north of that line. So there's no warnings at all in Crawford County right now, or northern Venango, or Forest County. Hopefully that'll be a trend. They'll be coagulating to the south, but we will see with time, and we will be on top of it for you. Let me check my email here. I know Josh has sent me some information, as well as our storm tracker, Steve Marshall. Then I'll get back to you. Josh has some news from PennDOT District Number 1. Mercer County, Route 62 closed from Route 965 to Fox Mine Road in Jackson Township. Route 158 from Auction Road in Wilmington Township to Route 318 in Mercer Borough. That is closed. Route 258 from Hope Mill Road to Diamond Street in Mercer is closed. Home Street closed in Mercer County from Route 58 to Route 19 in Mercer Borough, and Bestwick Road closed from Route 318 to Stonebase Road in East Lackawanna Township. So those are all road closures in Mercer. In Venango County, Oleopolis Road closed from Route 227 to McFate Road in Corn Planter Township. Kennerdale Road closed from Old Lisbon Road to Pine Hill Road in Clinton Township. So thanks, Josh, for that. Obviously, we've got 5 road closings in Mercer, 2 in Venango, 1 in Crawford. Again, it's Route 285, and it's from Peterson Road to Church Street in Fairfield Township due to a slide. And I would assume that's a mudslide. So we do have road closings basically south of this blue line, but mostly closer to the second blue line here. All right, so that's where the worst weather has been occurring. And Steve Marshall verifies that. Route 285 in Crawford at Town Hall Road closed due to high water. It's a typically flooded area anytime it rains heavily. So that seems to be the main concern right now. The other thing you guys can see here is the fact that the tornado warning, and again, it was a radar indicated tornado warning, has been allowed to expire. So we don't know if anything ever touched down, but we know the storm has lost its intensity, and we'll just be, following what happens next. It looks like this line down here, and I'll stop the loop for you. Now only has 1 warning associated with it, north of I-80. That's Oil City. I don't know if GFS Yvonne, if you're on here, I know you are in Franklin, so that just went through you. So that's the only warned cell from Oil City down to basically I-80 in Venango and part of Clarion counties. Other than that, we wait for the next and see what's going on here with this situation across the lake. just going to dive into this for a little bit, and we'll just try to give you an idea of intensity. Again, this is heavy rain. I like to use lightning as a determiner of how severe storms can get. And right now with this bunch up here, and it's just going to be this bunch, I'm going to isolate 11 strokes of lightning. So if you take it over the last hour, it's gone up and it's gone down. It's gone to 20 strokes and it's back down to 11. So far, these are what you would call pulse gully washers. In other words, they get stronger, they get weaker, but their main threat is drenching downpours. So, that's, and remember that and you can see on the west side of the line here, and I'll note it for you, the heaviest cell, when you see that pink, you may be getting some hail or just some very nasty rain. And if I put the loop on here, this stuff is basically looking like it's moving to the east-southeast, okay? And that trajectory on this cell would be into Ohio where they have the watch. Now, if I go into the more eastern side of this line, and you can see one just offshore in Erie right now, right there. So downtown Erie gets set to get wet. I mean, there's no lightning with this. It's just a gully washer. But the eastern side of this line is not as intense as the western side of this line. So while this looks severe to an extent, that's going towards Ohio. This looks more like just gully washers, heavy rain, maybe what we call stratiform rain. This is the stuff that's headed towards Pennsylvania or Erie County and Chautauqua County. So it's almost like a dividing line right here. We'll see how bad this is, and when it comes in, if it turns severe. But other than this gully washer that's going to move across Erie County in the next half hour to an hour, there's nothing severe in the area.
I can speak to that.
And Craig is right here, and we'll let him slide in. And
So,
if you want to take,
basically, this batch out here that you have circled, you guys can hear me, all right? All right. So, this batch that Tom was just talking about, I'm circling right here. That's really the last threat. And what we're going to watch over time is this the severe weather as a whole has been fairly disorganized this afternoon. What we have to watch for is, do any additional thunderstorms develop off of what are called outflow boundaries from that particular batch that's coming into the western basin of Lake Erie. Any one of those has the potential to be severe with damaging wind gusts. And I was just looking at some of the newest model runs. Figure this batch, if it holds together, and there's still some question of whether or not it will, so it's just one of those things we have to watch. Figure this batch crosses into here between roughly 4 and 6 p.m. That's the timing on that. After 6, that's it. Dies off after that pretty quick.
So it's basically the next 3.5 hours that we're going to be, just mile by mile tracking those storms and seeing if they do in fact become severe.
Let's see. Do we have? Is this just the? You don't have a show loaded up here, do you?
Yes, I do. What do you need? You want a camera or?
Well, we can take a look at Warren. I want to show them. Do you have a Futurecast in here?
Yeah, let me. I got them lined up. Hang on. Let me just gotta go down a ways. I got like 4 of them in a row.
Have a look at Warren.
So we got. There you go.
So this particular is the 3K, which is kind of our in-house model. I think we have to adjust the time settings on this. So what is it? The 6th?
It is the 6th today.
And we need it. Let's just bring it through tomorrow. So why isn't this? Stand by, please. August 2024. Exactly.
This says 12 a.m.
Oh, local time when played. Let's try that.
There we are.
All right, so there's that first batch. Now we'll show you a couple different computer models. So there's that first batch, goes away. That's at 2:30. So this particular computer model says it's done.
And it's off to begin with.
Yeah.
Because there's no line right here.
Right. Okay. So what we'd like to see is the computer modeling match up with what's happening right now. So you look at that computer model and you go, okay, that one's a little off. So if we take a look at the NAM, which we'll go back up here, there's that line. Let me just check the time on this. Local time when played, so that's good. So that's pretty darn close.
Yeah,
it's pretty darn close to what's happening right now. If we go back to radar, there's that line, and then if we go back to that model, there it is. So it's pretty close. So if we take this and bring it through, there's 4 o'clock. 5, 6, done. Okay, so 4 to 6, that line should cross through Erie County. So I like that model.
Yeah, because that's the closest so far.
Closest so far. I want to take a look at one more.
Yeah.
Let's back this out a little bit. I'll just check the time, local time when played. 18 hours seems good. So this is another one of the high-res models. This is it has the idea. It's not quite as close. So, but they still, and then there you go, 6. They linger a little longer south and east. But just looking at those 3, if I had my choice, it would be this. I think this particular model has the right idea. Right through here. 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
So just kind of give you a snapshot of what we're expecting through the afternoon. So that what you're looking at here is future radar, right? So, and if, like I said, if you look back at, this is what forecasting is, right? So that's what we call the model initialization. That's right now, 229. We'll go back to radar, and there's radar at 229. Okay.
So that one's pretty good, except it's not picking up the stuff to the south.
It's not picking up the stuff to the south. But kind of.
Well, Warren's good. Yeah, I meant the stuff down by 8. Yeah. It's really the severe stuff.
Yeah, but I think that's probably the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
Right there.
No doubt.
So if I were you guys watching, let's plan on this line approaching around 4, okay, moving through Erie County, moving down towards Meadville about 5, and then out of here by 6, just some leftover lighter showers, not severe. So that would be my.
Yeah, that's our timing estimate. Intensity is yet to be determined.
Right. It's one of those situations where we just kind of have to see how these roll.
So, thank you, Josh, for the information. And some new comments coming in now.
Okay. Central North Carolina, Debbie bands, yeah, hurricane down there. Well, not even a hurricane. Oh, there's Rich. Tornado warning's over with, right?
Yep.
Someone wants to know.
Okay, right fair. We are planning on it. and I really want to say thanks to Craig, because you probably don't know this, but he was voted Employee of the Month. And these last 2 days are prime examples. I mean, he has stayed yesterday, worked over 12 hours just to be around in case the severe weather threat materialized yesterday, which it did not.
Yeah.
And he's working on another 12 hours right here and longer potential if I go to the Warren County Fair. So I owe you some time.
Well, no, I mean, I planned on it anyway. I mean, we try to, the way the scheduling works out, Jacob has Mondays and Tuesdays off. So we don't like to interrupt each other's time off.
Yeah, we want to give him at least 2 days off in a row.
So when it's a Monday and Tuesday, I just draw the short straw, I guess. Right?
Just get him some cups of coffee or whatever he likes. What's the candy that you like?
I like
the fish.
Oh, there's sweet. I like a lot of candy, Swedish fish.
So send some Swedish fish or coffee to the station for this man. The employee of the month.
Oh, the Reasons. I love those Reasons.
He likes Reasons.
The dark chocolate. We do need some rain, Harry. I'm just trying to catch up comments here. Tom mentioned if it holds together, a lot of evidence that line might dissipate by the time it hits us. That's the touch. So
you're over in Warren County, right, Ariel? You are not under any watches or warnings. And I think that's what I was saying, that you're not under as big of a threat,
right.
And neither is Erie County,
right.
than other places to the south. But we'll look at intensity and see whether it diminishes or if it intensifies.
A lot of this, when it's this type of setup, like we know there's going to be thunderstorms, but really, it's just about kind of babysitting the radar.
Yeah, we call it nowcasting.
Yeah, it's just an evolutionary thing, So we'll see, And the other thing to consider too is, we've already had this batch of thunderstorms come through. Does it destabilize and recharge in time for the next line to get here? Or does this kind of rob that intensity?
Yes, we could look at satellite and, take a look at that.
Yeah, we could.
Take a look at the viz.
All right, let's see.
Kristen Strader, hello, ma'am. Good to see you on our show. Be in touch about that weather station. I know you sent me an email.
You sent me an email too. I'm sorry I haven't responded.
We've just been...
a little busy. All right, what were we gonna do? Satellite?
Yeah, let's just do the GOES 16 or whatever.
Where do you have it? Here?
Go to national. Yeah, go to that. Okay, that's good. And then 16
viz.
Yeah. So that's a satellite picture. And Craig's running the hour-long loop.
Yeah, so there is some breaks out
here. There are
here.
A few breaks to the north and west. And some of you have seen that.
That's the line right there.
Yeah.
Here, let me annotate this, what we're looking at, so you guys know what we're looking at. So.
And you can also see where the lightning is to the south compared to the lightning with that line. So obviously the stuff to the south, as it stands now, is more intense than what's over the lake. I'm just going to take a peek outside.
Yeah. So what the area I'm annotating right here is circling is the denser cloud cover. This area in here, there's some shy sun in here, a couple of peaks of sun up in here as well. So it could be enough for this line to hold together.
The question is, will it intensify?
Right.
And that's the main thing we have to.
The other thing too, let's go back to reflectivity. That is level 2. One of the things I like to look for, and you got to have a keen eye for it, is I want to shut the lightning off real quick here. Actually, I want to shut the warnings off too. We'll turn them back on in a minute. I like to look for examples of outflow boundaries. Occasionally, these thunderstorms, they have this push of cold air out ahead of them. And you'll actually see it show up on radar sometimes. And
a little thin, kind of green or blue.
Right. So those outflow boundaries can actually serve to initiate new storms. It's almost like the storm giving birth to another storm. I don't see anything that stands out to me right now in terms of an outflow boundary, but there could be a few. Like, look at this down here. This guy a little popped up.
Yep, right ahead.
Yeah. So there could have been maybe some sort of outflow boundary there. See how it just kind of randomly pops up? That's what I'm talking about.
Away from the main line.
Right. I don't see anything off to the west, but then again, we don't have the sensitivity on this radar. I'm just playing with the sensitivity on the radar to see if there's any examples of it. I don't see anything, but look at this. See how this last couple of frames, how this kind of congeals into a line right here?
Right, yeah. With the heaviest on the western side of the line
lightning
pointing towards Cleveland and Mentor.
Still no lightning with it.
Just a little. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, the lightning's behind it, ironically.
Maybe there's a lag in the data. Could be.
Secondary line.
All right, what else do we have going on here?
Let's see, who else is checking in? Julie G, Union City. Yeah, well, you just kind of wait and see. The fair will run beyond when this weather will pass tonight. I can tell you that much. Seneca, Pennsylvania. Now, Deb, are you Seneca, Venango, or Seneca, Erie County, if you don't mind? 7-day, Barbara, good to see you. So the eastern part of Ohio is under the watch, I believe, Suzanne. If it's as far south, I know you're down near New Philadelphia, west of Pittsburgh, but I would assume you are under the watch.
Yes.
Yeah, down in here.
We can, I think, if we go back to, that back on.
Put the, yeah, you're there. You're there.
We can adjust this again so it doesn't show up all that clutter.
Right. So there we go, guys. It's like a wait and see thing here. Nothing immediately threatening our area. Trying to time the line over the lake and then determine how strong it'll be when it gets on shore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's making some progress. So between 4 and 6 is when we think that will be kind of the next but last round.
Yes.
That we have to watch for. So. All right. Anybody else chiming in here? Linda says, hi, Tom.
Hello, Linda Loop. It's good to see you.
Kind of watches. It's just a severe thunderstorm watch right now, Barbara Thompson. So basically, what that means is we watch for warnings. That's basically what that means.
And I'll do a little old-fashioned manual track on this stuff to the north and west to try to get you.
Yeah, go for it. I gotta take this stuff off anyway.
Craig's got to remove his electrical equipment for now. He's been on TV a couple of times, and like I said, doing a heck of a job keeping you all informed. Let me see. Just want to do a couple things here to try to get a better beat on the line. So when we look at this stuff here, and you see these arrows are called skits. If they're green, they're non-severe. When you start to get into these purples and blues and reds, it has some severe characteristics in it. And then it shows you that this is moving east to southeast at 40 miles per hour, that particular cell. This cell, about the same thing, okay? And this cell up here, 38. So there's a lot of consistency of the speed of this line. So what we can do, just to kind of have an initial heads up here, for those of you maybe that live along the lakeshore and wondering when it could come into Erie, we could just take a little distance tracking here, say here's the line, the leading edge of the line, 95. So if it's moving at 40, that's a little over 2 hours, probably like 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 20 minutes if it moves at that speed. And right now, what you're seeing in downtown Erie and we've got a gully washer there, is similar to what's approaching. And I think the real question is this area here, where you see the purple, is the one that's showing the most growth. Now, there's a tiny bit of purple in the line on the east side, but the area over here that's, and again, I'll run the loop for you, and you can see the general drift to the east-southeast. This is the area of the line that's moving more towards Ohio, okay, than Pennsylvania, all right? And that's why they have more of the watch in Ohio, okay? So we can say, just like Craig was talking about in that one model, the North American model, 6 o'clock's probably a darn good time estimate, 2 hours and 20 minutes from now, for something to come in. Now we can check, and now that's for Erie. Obviously, once it goes past there, you could say it would be, and let me stop the loop and give you the latest. So if it hits on shore there, it's another 40 miles into central Crawford County, so like 5, just like he was saying. And then if you draw, another bunch over into Warren County, by 6 o'clock over there. That's the latest guesses. But right now, you're getting a gully washer. And again, there's no yellow shading here, guys. So Erie County, not under any watch or warning, nor is Warren County, nor is Chautauqua County. So what you've got an example of here, and I'll just go over to some weather cameras downtown. It's just a good old-fashioned drenching downpour. I mean, this is not severe. It's just wet, and we can use the rain. Now, Warren County, we might as well throw that in the mix too. You got it right there. See that? See, this is going to be the Warren camera, and you can see a heavy bit of rain there. We'll isolate it for you. Youngsville down to Tidiu. Okay, so go to the camera in Warren. It's starting to rain, big drops, and that'll likely pick up. Go to the camera along the Erie Lakeshore, specifically the city and maybe the airport and Girard. Here we go. We've got mail. And look at the downtown. That's like less than a mile visibility from the Renaissance Center, and you got some wind with it, okay? It's not tremendous wind, but it's wind and a heavy downpour. That's not a severe storm as we see it right now. Bayfront, just down 10, 15 blocks, same kind of thing. Traffic moving, lights on, heavy rain reducing visibility. Over to Girard, not hitting there yet. Erie International Airport, hitting there. Good downpour, and the flag's extending a little bit. So you're looking at winds, when you have a stretched out flag, it's about at 25 miles per hour. So, that's not severe. It's just a little gusty. And if you go down to our neck of the woods, which is Summit Township, we'll have the I-90 Peachtree. I mean, this is a tremendous picture. Take a look at that. I mean, look up here. You can almost see the squall moving in, right? And where the rain is falling, and it's just moving to the southeast. And let me kick this because it looks like it needs a kick. Hang on, kids. It's going to reload this picture because I think traffic looked like it was at a standstill. Oh, we're out of juice right now. All right. Regardless, it's a fairly recent picture. You can see the rain moving on shore there. So one for the Land Lighthouse.
Oh, came back on just as you were switching it.
Okay.
That's the Land Lighthouse, though.
You can't see the North Pier Lighthouse. It's right there. So a very heavy downpour coming into the city. Try the tower cam one more time. See if it's fresh. And they're checking it, and it is fresh. And the camera wasn't that far off. It was just probably a couple minutes old. You could see the rain line just coming right by the mall here. And you can see the southbound traffic with all their lights on because they just drove out of it. All right. So really good job by our live cameras here. And, you know, one more check for those of you in Crawford County should be in mostly a break pattern. Mary Ann, for you on Chestnut Street. Again, darker clouds to the south and on Conneaut Lake. This is a northbound view that you'll see up towards Conneaut Lake Park from Volunteer Fire Department number 3 where our camera is. And, you know, not that ominous looking, but again, you're looking north. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to the radar and take a look at that, just to show you the non-severe gully washer in Warren County and the one in Erie County right now. And as you can see, it reaches to the airport like you saw there, but it's not in Girard. And if you track this thing, for those of you like Waterford, Wattsburg, Quarry, that's where it's headed. That's one that's already been. Here's the next one. So heavy downpours, some gusty winds, but not indicated to be severe, because if you look at this, there's really no reds touching green, which would be somewhat of a rotation. And if you look in here and you query some winds, and these winds are off the deck, as we say, they're in higher levels of the atmosphere. The winds even up top, you know, and this is way up top here in Waterford. Now this can get transferred down, but I would say 32 is probably a much more reasonable idea of the wind gusts going on with this little line. Nothing is severe with it. It's a gully washer. So that's what's going on there. I want to go back out to the line over the lake and just inspect that a little more. We've got some lightning on here. I want to keep this stuff in Bowling Green out of here. That's a whole separate issue. That would be coming more towards you, Suzanne, than most of the folks in northwestern Pennsylvania. So we run let me put the lightning counter back on here. And again, it's a definite strength to the west side of this line, as opposed, and the side that's going more towards Cleveland and Painesville. More intensity with this than there is with the east side. It's actually two sections. This one looks like it's headed more towards Ashtabula and Erie, and then this stuff up here is really disorganized as far as any squall-looking activity is concerned. It's just more heavy rain. So these are the two we'll be watching, at least for now. This one so far seems more capable of severe weather, but we can inspect this stuff too. And right now at this joint, the only place where we see any sign of rotation is right over here. And again, that is northeast of Sandusky. Everything else, the greens are not touching the reds. That is good news. As far as the velocity goes in these cells, and I'll pick some closer to Cleveland, which is where the radar is coming out of, and would be a more, you know, ground-worthy estimation. So you're getting 22, 37 in gusts. So the worst seems to be over here, but like Craig said, there can be things like outflow boundaries, and if you get a little bit of sunshine to mix in between what's departing here and happening next, then the atmosphere can cook and be more unstable, and storms can grow. But lightning one more time.
They have issued a marine warning for that line now.
Okay. What are they saying about it? Do they have a gust estimate?
Let's see. Let me look.
Yeah, this line is getting its act together, but more towards Ohio than our area.
Wind gusts of 40 knots. So
okay, that's like 47, yeah. So below severe characteristics, but a marine warning for this line that we're talking about. Okay, right there. Again, I just want to do it without that Bowling Green stuff. And yeah, it's morphing, the lightning is. And most of the lightning also is located on the western end of the line where the intensity is. There's hardly anything up here. So far so good for Northwest Pennsylvania. That line's, the intensity of the line seems, more directed at Ohio at this point than Northwest PA. But we will track it. We will see. Break pattern for now. Might as well just check satellite imagery. Just take a look at looking for breaks. And, there's a few to our northwest here, north of Ashtabula. Few breaks of sunshine here and near Long Point, Ontario. But otherwise, it's mainly cloudy, and the meat of the line is right in here. Okay, so that's what's coming to them. And, eventually this part of the line up here will come to us. Okay? Let me get back to your comments, see if you guys have any questions. Right now, no warnings being issued, so I'm just going to give it a couple minutes here. Then got to get back to duties to prepare for what's coming up. All right. Let's see. No, we have not had time. The computers are still having problems, but we will get to it once this stuff clears the area. Linda Luke says, hi, Craig Flynn.
Hello.
Cranesville getting any more rain? Yes. Thank you, Linda from the Mill Creek Mall. Jess, raining heavily. Yep, that's what's going through right now. Thank you. Are they moving towards the southwest, or are they moving southwest to northeast? Jenny, just to clarify. The prodigal from Harbor Creek has checked in. The rain has obviously intensified there. Hello, Greg. Long time no see. Hello, Kathy. Long time no see. Hello, Harry. Thanks for your support. So basically right now we're just in a waiting pattern. I've got some work to do. Just to reiterate, Erie County, Warren County, and Chautauqua, McKean, Cattaraugus, not under the watch. Ashtabula, Crawford, Mercer, Venango, Forest, under the watch. No severe warnings, intact now. We'll see what this line does over the next hour. Could be coming in onshore by 6 o'clock. And we'll see if any warnings beyond marine warning, which is in effect here right now, are issued as it gets closer. All right. I think we've given you the story, given you the possibilities. Just want to check and make sure all this stuff is checked here. All right. So is the marine warning up to Erie?
No.
Okay. So there's some kind of thing here.
That's a beach hazard statement.
Okay. That's the beach hazard statement. Let me take this off. And we got marine here. Must be further west.
No, you had it right.
It's part of the yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So it's from Conneaut down to Sandusky. Okay. All right. That's the marine warning. So yeah, they're concentrating on this end of the line as far as anything severe potential. But right now, the marine warning is not indicating winds up to. So far, so good.
Okay.
Who's it?
Probably that.
Thank you. My producer, Bill from Warren, the great Bill Palmer, checking in. All right, so there we are, kids. I think that's pretty much where we can leave it for now. You're welcome, Deborah. Hello, April, towards the southwest. Okay. Arrive in the Cleveland area. Going to be sooner, obviously, than Erie Lakeshore because they are right there. So if it is moving southeast at 40 in the next 2 hours, probably by by 5, I would say. Okay, hope that helps you. All right, so any last minute comments, questions, ideas? Let's see. All right. Good stuff. Okay, everybody, thanks for your time and attention. We'll leave it at that for now. If it gets feisty again, as Craig would say, we'll be back. And right now we're in a lull, and we're
One more report from Pontiac Lake. Emergency manager reported 2 trees down near State Highway 285.
State Highway 285 seems to be where the action is, whether it's rain or wind or probably some hail too. So do they have a time on that, Craig?
That was 11:57 a.m.
Okay, that's from the initial line. So that's 3 hours ago. So there's one report of tree damage. All right. Thank you, one and all. Warren County is not in the watch. It is not under any warning. So far, so good. But rain and thunder are certainly a good bet as well.
They're gonna have fun with there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how wet it can get. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll say goodbye for now, and we'll be back if necessary. Have a good afternoon, and thank you for your support.